Good morning. Welcome to Morning Special. 여러분 안녕하세요. 1월 3일 금요일 최수진의 Morning Special입니다. When a new year kicks off, we tend to go over certain lists or plans. Some people look at their budgets, others check on prices of grocery or daily necessities, but many open their calendars to count and calculate how many so-called red days the new year has in store. 네, 그렇습니다. 경자년인 2020년은요, 4년마다 돌아오는 윤년입니다. 하루가 더 많은 366일이죠. 하지만 쉬는 날은 오히려 지난해보다 줄어든 것으로 나타났습니다. 제21대 국회의원 선거일인 4월 15일을 포함해서 모두 67일인데요. 보통은 69일이지만 설 연휴 마지막 날과 3일절이 일요일과 겹쳐서 이틀이 빠졌습니다. 한편 올해 황금 연휴의 기회는 5월과 10월에 각 1회씩 있네요. (2020) just began, but my mind is already in May and October for those very long weekends and vacations. Don't know if we'll be taking a break, but nonetheless, with that in mind, here is a quiz question. When you choose not to work on a certain day, you take the day 1번 off, 2번 for a walk, 3번 on a date. 하루를 쉴 때요, 이렇게 표현합니다. 1번 you take the day off, 2번 you take the day for a walk, 3번 you take the day on a date. 청취자 여러분의 많은 참여 기다리고 있습니다. 퀴즈 정답 보내주신 분들 중에 추첨을 통해서 총 5분께 저자극 순환 비누 보내드리겠습니다. 여러분의 소식과 소감 그리고 방송 중 궁금한 질문 있으시면 보내주시고요. 5월과 10월 황금 연휴 계획도 더불어 미리 좀 있으신 분들 알려주시면 재밌을 것 같아요. 짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원에 샵 1045 그리고 반디 게시판 이용도 무료로 가능합니다. Okay then, let's kick off today's show with today's global headlines. 세계 각국 언론사들의 어떤 헤드라인이 올라왔는지 살펴보는 시간입니다. Touch Global Headlines.
Australia's New South Wales state has declared a week-long state of emergency in response to the escalating bushfire threat.
호주 뉴사우스웨일스주 정부가 산불에 대한 대응책으로 국가비상사태를 선포했습니다.
India's space agency says that 4 astronaut candidates have been selected for its first human mission, targeted to launch by 2022.
인도가 2022년 첫 유인 우주선 발사 프로젝트에 참가할 우주비행사 4명을 선발했습니다.
Exports of Chinese cars have increased by more than 30% in the past 5 years.
중국산 자동차 수출이 지난 5년간 30% 이상 늘어난 것으로 나타났습니다.
A Black Hawk helicopter has crashed in Taiwan, killing 8 people, including the military's top official.
대만군 고위 인사들이 탑승한 블랙호크 헬리콥터가 추락해 참모 총장을 비롯한 8명이 사망했습니다.
BTS was named one of CNN's 10 most influential artists who transformed music in the 2010s.
방탄소년단이 미국 CNN이 뽑은 2010년대 음악을 변화시킨 10대 아티스트에 선정됐습니다. And for the headlines and more, joining me live in the studio, as always, is Steve. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Our opening today was about red days or public holidays.
Yeah, but I disagree with the opening.
Oh.
Because you said when the new year comes, people open the calendars and look. No. People open the new year calendar in like November of the previous year. And do you know when you do that? When you order a pizza. because pizza restaurants will send you the new calendar for the next year. So when you eat your pizza in December of 2019, you are already looking, where does Solal come next year? Where does Chuseok come next year? They want to know, right?
네, 스티브 선생님은 작년 11월부터 이미 2020년에는 빨간 날이 언제지 확인하기 시작했다고 하는데요. 여러분은 어떠신가요? 이지현 님이요. 오늘 퀴즈 생각만 해도 기분이 좋아지는 질문이에요 하셨습니다. 쉬는 날에 대한 질문 드렸습니다.
Yeah, right.
생각만 해도 기분이 좋아지나 봐요.
We obviously love our jobs. Our listeners know that very well. But have you ever had a job that you did not enjoy very much at all?
Part-time jobs when I was a student. Yeah. There were times when I didn't want to go and work at a certain place.
I remember the hardest job I ever had. It was the worst. I was in the first grade of high school, I think, grade 10. And in the summertime, Nova Scotia, I don't know if you know this or not, but Nova Scotia is known for its blueberries. In fact, Oxford, Nova Scotia is the blueberry capital of the world.
Really?
Yeah. So as a part-time job in the summer, when I was in high school, I raked blueberries. And those are little bushes on the ground, right? So first of all, it's physically demanding because you're always bent over. Second of all, it's the summertime, so it's like 32 degrees.
Yeah.
And third of all, bees love blueberries.
No way.
So when you're raking the blueberries off the bush, there's always hornets and bees around. It's awful. But the very, very, very worst part of the whole experience is when you go to sleep at night, when you close your eyes.
Yeah.
All you see are blueberries because you've been staring at blueberries all day long. It was the worst job I've ever had.
그때는 계속 쉬고 싶으셨겠어요. You must have wanted to rest all the time or take a break.
Yeah, but when you're a student, you do the hard jobs, right? But hands down, that was the hardest job ever.
스티브 선생님이 해본 가장 힘든 아르바이트는 고등학생 때 블루베리 따기였대요. 하루 종일 이 벌들과 싸우면서 블루베리를 따면은 밤에 눈을 감고 자도 꿈속에서도 블루베리가 나와가지고 굉장히 괴로웠다고 합니다. 그때 생각하면 지금은 뭐 꿈의 직업을 가지고 계시잖아요. You love what you do.
Yeah.
You do, radio shows here and there, and a big leap, I suppose,
Listen,
from blueberries.
Of course. And when you're a student, you're lucky if you love your part-time jobs, but I think that's good. When you're a young person, you do all various types of work, so you appreciate what you like because you did what you didn't like, right?
Yeah, exactly. I had a lot of menial jobs as well as a student.
For example?
I thought I was going to go into this lawyer's office to translate, but I ended up doing a lot of washing up.
Oh, really?
And making coffee and, and photocopying.
Yeah.
I'm very good at that now, actually, photocopying and making coffee and things like that. But anyhow, doing that over and over again all day, it can really drain you.
But those types of jobs, right? When you go to an internship at a company, let's say that you do get a job at that company eventually, right?
Yeah.
And then you graduate through the ranks. You get promoted and promoted and promoted. I think that's going to make you a better boss.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the time that I had to do that because I know what it feels like.
Yes.
To photocopy all day, sort out documents all day, alphabetical order, numerical order. I mean, because I did it.
Yeah, exactly.
For days and days and days.
If you have a CEO who's never done the tough jobs at that company, maybe they can't relate as well to their employees, right?
Very true indeed. 자, 빨간 날 얘기하다가 별의별 얘기를 다 하게 됐네요. 자, 여러분의 사연 계속해서 기다리고 있겠고요. 헤드라인 살펴보겠습니다.
Headline number one, today we go to Australia. Australia's New South Wales state has declared a week-long state of emergency in response to the escalating bushfire threat.
호주 뉴사우스웨일스주 정부가 산불에 대한 대응책으로 국가 비상사태를 선포했습니다.
So high temperatures and strong winds are forecast for the weekend, and this is leading to widespread extreme fire danger. Troops are also preparing to evacuate some of the 4,000 people trapped by fires in neighboring Victoria State. And since September, these bushfires have killed 18 people and destroyed more than 1,200 homes across New South Wales and Victoria. And thousands of people are already fleeing a vast tourist leave zone in New South Wales. I saw a picture of that yesterday. I believe it's a large area very close to the coast, along the coast that stretches from north to south or south to north. And this has now been called the largest relocation out of the region ever.
Wow. Well, this state of emergency has come into force just now, right?
Yes, that's right. 8 o'clock Friday, and it's going to last for 7 days in total. And this state of emergency will allow local authorities to carry out forced evacuations and road closures and, quote, anything else we need to do as a state to keep our residents and to keep our property safe. That's a quote from the New South Wales Premier.
네, 그렇습니다. 3일, 그러니까 오늘 호주 시간으로 오전 7시부터 국가 비상사태가 적용이 됩니다. 우리 시간으로 8시, 그러니까 한 10분 전부터 적용이 됐다고 보시면 될 것 같고요. 특히 내일 4일 날 호주에서 이제 뉴 사우스 웨일즈의 경우 40도 이상의 고온과 강풍이 예상된다고 합니다. 그래서 산불 위험이 최고조에 달할 수 있겠다. 이렇게 전문가들은 보고 있고요. 그에 대비한 국가 비상사태가 선포된 것입니다. What does this state of emergency mean for the people?
So this goes back to 1994, and it's the New South Wales State of Emergency or State Emergency and Rescue Management Act. And under that, the Premier can issue a state of emergency when there is considered to be a significant and widespread danger to life or property. So that state of emergency, it cuts the red tape, so to speak. And that means that it makes things quicker and easier for emergency services to act. It puts the Premier in direct command of all agencies and the allocation of resources, and significantly increases the powers of the Rural Fire Service Commissioner as well.
네, 이렇게 앞으로 일주일간 7일 동안 국가 비상사태가 적용이 되면서 뉴 사우스 웨일스 주의 산불 방재청이요. 다른 정부 부서를 총괄하게 되면서 굉장히 신속하게 다양한 조처를 할 수 있게 됩니다. 예를 들자면은 도로봉쇄라든지 관광객 대피령이 바로바로 내려질 수 있는 것입니다.
Yeah, it also allows authorities to order people to leave, even using force if necessary, because sometimes people are stubborn and they don't want to leave their homes, but under this order, they are allowed to do that. I'm not entirely sure if that's happened in this particular case, but it is a part of that Emergency Act.
네, 호주 뉴 사우스 웨일즈에 한인들도 굉장히 많이 거주하고 계시는데요. 모두 안전하셨으면 좋겠습니다. Let's go on to our second headline.
Headline number 2, India's space agency says that 4 astronaut candidates have been selected for its first human mission targeted to launch by 2022.
인도가 2022년 첫 유인 우주선 발사 프로젝트에 참가할 우주비행사 4명을 선발했습니다.
This is pretty exciting for India. They hope to join the United States and Russia and China as the world's 4th nation capable of sending people to space. It has been developing its own crewed spacecraft. It's called the Gaganyaan, or Sky Vehicle in Sanskrit, and that would let 2 or 3 people orbit the Earth on a week-long space flight. So Kesavan, he is the chairman of the Indian Space Research Organization, held a press briefing on New Year's Day and told reporters that the 4 astronauts would start their training in Russia in a few weeks. And he also said his agency had government approval for its next robotic moon mission. That's going to be called Chandrayaan-3. And that work is already underway, and that could launch in 2021.
네, 인도에서 이렇게 첫 유인 우주선에 참가할 우주 비행사를 그동안 계속 선발해오고 추려 나갔는데요. 최종 4명이 선발됐다고 어제 밝혔고요. 이 4명은 이달 셋째 주부터 러시아에서 훈련을 받게 됩니다.
So this is going to include a lander and a rover, very similar to Chandrayaan-2's mission. That's when last year India made an unsuccessful attempt to put a small solar-powered rover on the moon. What happened was its landing system malfunctioned and it crashed. But the Chandrayaan-2 mission also included an orbiting spacecraft, however, and that is still circling the moon and functioning well. And that means that that can be used by the new mission's rover to relay communications back to Earth.
네, 지금까지는 유인 우주선 개발하면은 이제 미국, 러시아, 중국 3개 나라뿐이었는데요. 앞으로는 인도도 이 대열에 속할 것으로 그렇게 전망이 되네요. Let's go over the next headline.
Headline number 3. Exports of Chinese cars have increased by more than 30% in the past 5 years.
중국산 자동차 수출이 지난 5년간 30% 이상 늘어난 것으로 나타났습니다.
Yeah, so Chinese-made automobiles have become more popular among overseas consumers, with exports rising dramatically over the past few years. This is according to a report that was released by the Ministry of Commerce. Exports of China-produced cars, they jumped from $46 billion in 2013 to $60.6 billion in 2018, up nearly 32%. That is a significant increase.
네, 그렇습니다. 2013년도에 460억 달러에 비하면은 2018년엔 606억 달러까지 이렇게 중국 자동차 수출이 32%나 오른 것을 볼 수 있습니다. If we look at just the rate of increase, that's more than Germany, it's more than Korea, right?
Yeah, more than Germany, Korea, the United States, Japan. It's really impressive for the Chinese auto market. They have gotten more expensive as well, though. They've continued to grow with their prices. The export price of finished vehicles averaged $15,000 in 2018. That's up 10.6% from 2013. And they build energy buses as well. Some of those energy buses exported to Europe were sold at $500,000 per vehicle.
그렇군요. 이제 보통 이제 중국은 유명 자동차 업체들의 생산 기지 역할을 굉장히 많이 하고 있고요. 또 세계 최대 자동차 시장이기도 합니다. 2018년 말 기준으로 봤을 때 해외에 중국이 140개의 공장과의 어떤 협력 관계를 구축하고 있고요. 또 판매점도 전 세계적으로 9,000개가 넘는다고 하네요.
And that could help lower the prices because when you build your cars overseas, then you don't have to pay for the shipping costs. So maybe that'll be cheaper for consumers in the future.
Indeed. 자, 이제 대만 소식으로 넘어가 보겠습니다.
Headline number 4 this morning. A Black Hawk helicopter has crashed in Taiwan, killing 8 people, including the military's top official.
대만군 고위 인사들이 탑승한 블랙호크 헬리콥터가 추락해 참모총장을 비롯한 8명이 사망했습니다.
62-year-old General Shen Yi-ming, the Taiwan military's chief of general staff, was en route to visit troops when the UH-60M helicopter disappeared from radar near New Taipei City. The craft was carrying 13 people, including the crew. Shen was confirmed dead along with 7 other people on board. And the helicopter, this is what happened. It lost contact with base 13 minutes after taking off at 8:07 a.m. local time. And the helicopter's condition was not ideal, that is according to reports. And the ministry has set up a task force to investigate the cause of the incident.
I understand the helicopter was en route to a New Year celebration festival, or not a festival, but some sort of an event. And so that just makes it a little more, I suppose, unfortunate in terms of the timing because they were trying to celebrate and bring in the new year.
Yes, and the general was initially actually found conscious by a search team from the New Taipei City Fire Department and was sent to hospital but did eventually pass away. So what's happening in the aftermath? Because we talked about the upcoming presidential election in Taiwan, right? But both main candidates have suspended their election campaigns following this crash for 2 or 3 days.
그렇군요. 이렇게 군 고위 인사를 포함한 13명이 탑승한 헬리콥터가 추락을 했는데요. 그중에서 8명은 사망을 했고 5명은 구조가 됐다고 합니다. 그중에서도 이제 지금 스티브 선생님이 얘기해 주신 것처럼 션 이밍 대만군 참모총장도 포함이 됐었다고 하면서 사실은 지금 대만이 대선 준비로 한창 바쁠 때인데 일단은 그 대선 후보들이 한 2, 3일 정도는 유세를 하지 않겠다 이렇게 밝혔습니다. Let's go on to our final headline.
Exciting news for Korea. Exciting news for fans of BTS. The group was named one of CNN's 10 most influential artists who transformed music in the 2010s.
네, 방탄소년단이요. 미국 CNN이 뽑은 2010년대 음악을 변화시킨 10대 아티스트에 선정됐습니다.
So on its website on Tuesday, CNN listed 10 music acts who, quote, reinvented their genres and put themselves to earn impressive influence and staying power. And this is recognizing BTS's contribution to popularizing K-pop in the United States. CNN said that the 7-member boy group wrote K-pop history by placing the first K-pop album atop the Billboard 200 chart with their 2018 album Love Yourself Tear.
네. 작년에 정말 방탄소년단 소식을 많이 전해드렸던 것 같은데요. CNN은 작년 한 해뿐만 아니라 2010년대, 지난 10년 동안 그 가장 영향력을 많이 미친 그 가수들 10대 안에 방탄소년단을 꼽았습니다.
It's interesting to me, because there are so many groups that come out, that debut, not only in Korea, but around the world. And some of those groups, many of those groups are extremely talented. But who's going to make it, right?
Yeah.
Who's going to be the world star? Well, I've heard, I'm not an expert on BTS, but I've heard that one of the reasons they are so popular is because their lyrics, they really are relatable to young people. So people love the group. Anyway, they added, CNN added that the boy band, the BTS group, brought K-pop to the mainstream in the last decade, and their achievements could signify a larger stream of K-pop into the American consciousness in the 2020s. So BTS may indeed open the door for other groups to follow suit. And by the way, if you're wondering who else was on that list, CNN's list, Beyonce, Kendrick Lamar, Frank Ocean, Lady Gaga, Drake, Metro Boomin, don't know who that is, Taylor Swift, Solange, and Kanye West. So that's a pretty impressive group of people that BTS is in, right?
Absolutely. 한국 그룹 중에서는 유일하게 방탄소년단이 이 리스트 안에 들어 있습니다. 물론 기사 내용을 보면은 뭐 원더걸스와 그다음에 싸이가 언급이 됩니다만 그들보다도 훨씬 더 큰 어떤 영향력을 미친 BTS다. 이렇게 CNN은 평가했습니다. All right. Well, those were our headlines this morning. And we're going to remind you of the quiz again.
The question this morning, another very important document that you need to carry, especially if you have a car, is the... Oh, no, this is an old quiz question.
Oh, this is not the quiz question for today.
Yeah, can we come back to this after the song break?
Let me find the quiz very quickly.
Yeah, okay.
제가 퀴즈를 빨리 찾아서 읽어드리겠습니다. 자, when you choose not to work on a certain day, you take the day 1번 off, 2번 for a walk, 3번 on a date.
Exactly. I was wondering, why does this quiz question sound so familiar to me? Because we've done it already.
Exactly. 짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원에 샵 1045로 보내주시고요. 반디 게시판이나 반디 게시판 이용 가능합니다. 카카오톡 플러스는요, 이제 이용이 가능하지 않다는 말씀까지 덧붙여 드릴게요. 추첨을 통해서 총 5분께 저자극 순환비누 보내드리겠습니다. 노래 듣고 와서 여러분의 사연도 살펴보고 뉴스 포커스 볼게요. Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens sing. I think this is from the High School Musical.
I've never seen any of those. Are they good?
Yeah, they are. If you like musicals.
Well, I enjoyed the TV show Glee. Did you ever see Glee?
Oh, actually, it might be from... It's either Glee or the High School Musical. One of the two.
I don't think Zac Efron or Vanessa Hudgens
High School Musical
were
is,
ever in Glee. So yeah.
그렇군요.
But if I like that, I'd probably like this one too.
Yes, the start of something new. The start of something new, Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens. So it's the start of a new year.
Maybe I have seen High School Musical because that sounded very familiar to me.
Oh, really?
Was Zac? You know what I saw the other day? For the very first time, The Greatest Showman.
Oh, yeah.
With Hugh Jackman.
Yes.
I think Zac Efron was in that movie.
He was in that one. Yeah, he was.
That's a great movie.
It was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, I didn't watch it because I didn't want to watch Hugh Jackman sing. Hugh Jackman is...
Because he's supposed to be
Wolverine.
the strong... Yeah, exactly.
I want knives to come out of his hands. I don't want him to sing me a song.
Yeah.
But it turns out that he was really good in that movie too.
That was a good movie.
It was great. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
맞아요. And This Is Me from that movie was one of my favorites. Do you remember that? This Is Me.
The Greatest Showman?
The Greatest Showman.
No, I
the
was
bearded
playing.
woman.
Yeah.
She sings that song. So no matter what people say, I'm gonna just do me. This is me.
I only saw the movie once so far, so the songs were great.
Yeah.
But that one doesn't stand out
I
to me.
see, I
They were all really good.
They were.
Yeah.
맞아요. 그 영화 정말 안 보신 분들 추천드립니다. 자, 여러분의 사연 좀 볼게요. 박채호 님이요. 올해 달력 받자마자 안 그래도 저도 휴일부터 세어봤어요. 안타깝게도 2개의 휴일이 줄어서 얼마나 섭섭하던지요. 하지만 366일이라는 하루의 덤을 위안으로 삼으려고 합니다. 366 days this year.
Oh yeah, it's a leap year.
It is a leap year.
Uh-huh.
No.
What do we do on the leap year? Is that a special day in Korea or anything?
No, it's just another work day.
See,
But
I thought there would be some sort of maybe story behind
it's
it.
a Saturday, though, this year.
Okay.
So, I don't know, maybe it depends on how you think of it. You could think of it as another weekend day to rest.
Yeah, it's not though, is it? No matter how you think of it, it's just another day.
네, 3329님이요. 안녕하세요. 이번 10월 연휴에는 결혼 10주년이라서 아기랑 신랑이랑 10주년 기념여행 갑니다. This October will also be the month of my 10-year wedding anniversary. So we are all, my husband and my child and I, we're going to go on a special vacation. We're going to take studio photos and we're going to Boracay.
Oh, fun. That's a great place. Have you been there before?
I have
Yeah.
loved it.
Station 1, the beach is absolutely gorgeous, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I was so sad when they shut the place down, but now it's open again.
Well, it was shut down for a good reason, I think, right? To try and clean it up a little bit.
Yeah. And for some reason, I feel like everyone in the Philippines is a singer. They can sing so well.
Yeah, Korean people and Filipino people are amazing
Yeah.
singers.
Yeah, so at night on the beach, people, you would have singers out singing at the restaurants and bars, and every single one of them was
Yeah.
really good. And I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's impressive, isn't it? Yeah.
맞아요. 저도 기억이 많이 납니다. 보라카이 진짜 좋았는데 해변이 너무너무 좋아요. 아이들 데려가기 참 좋은 곳. 축하드립니다. 10주년. 홍소윤 님이요. 2달간 유럽 여행을 하고 12월 31일에 돌아왔어요. I just returned from my 2-month Europe vacation.
Oh, lovely.
On December 31st. And during the trip, I realized that I really need to study English. I'm going to do that this year. It's my New Year's resolution.
What an amazing experience
Yeah.
that must have been. 2 months in Europe.
Wow.
Oh, incredible. Congratulations on that. And
네.
yes, please do take advantage of our program.
어제 배웠던 표현이네요.
Yeah, exactly.
네, take advantage of our program. 저희 프로그램을 많이 적극 이용하셔서 영어도 늘고 또 좋은 시간 보내셨으면 좋겠습니다.
Do you want to hear an interesting story? I know
do.
we're a little short on time. From The Last Showman. That's about the P.T. Barnum Circus, right?
Yeah.
Well,
The Greatest Showman.
Tatamagouche, Nova Scotia. We don't have many claims to fame. Now Tatamagouche is famous for butter.
And you?
And a long time ago, Anna Swan. Now, Anna Swan, we have a museum in Tatamagouche, and there's an Anna Swan exhibit. At one point in time, she was the tallest woman on earth, and she was in P.T. Barnum's circus. And you know the fire in the movie?
Yeah.
There's the fire?
Yeah.
She was in the building during the fire.
Wow.
Yeah, amazing, right? She was from Tatamagouche. P.T. Barnum heard about this woman, Anna Swan, how tall she was, and then he wanted her to be in the show.
Oh, that's amazing.
Pretty cool, right?
네, Greatest Showman의 영화 내용이 이제 굉장히 좀 특이한 사람들을 모아가지고 서커스를 연다는 그런 그 취지로 서커스를 여는 건데 그 중에 하나가 C 선생님이랑 고양이 같군요. 신기한 또 그런 우연입니다.
So, Anna Swan and
Swan?
butter.
Okay. One more message we'll look at. 1358님이요. 안녕하세요. 출근 버스 안에서 잘 듣고 있습니다. 그런데 다른 나라도 공휴일을 빨간색으로 달력에 표기하나요? 갑자기 궁금해지네요. 스티브 선생님. Is that true? Do other countries mark public holidays with the color red in their calendars?
That's a good question. I haven't lived in any other country than this one for 20 years. So you'd have to ask an expat that just came to Korea like yesterday.
그래요. 한국에서 지금 20년째 살고 있어서 다른 나라 어떤지 잘 모르겠답니다.
Yeah, maybe. I guess so, right? It would make sense.
맞아요. 맞는데 이제 빨간 날이라는 표현은 쓰지 않아요. Red days 이런 말은 없어요.
That I do know. We don't use that expression. We just say a day off.
네, 그렇습니다. Well, keep sending in your messages, answers, suggestions, and greetings. We have 5 저자극 순환 비누 sets to give away during the first hour. And in the meantime, we'll take a look at our news focus number 1. 첫 번째 news focus 살펴보겠습니다. 유럽 항공기 제조사 에어버스가요, 작년 863대 항공기를 인도해 2011년 이후 처음으로 미국의 보잉을 누르고 세계 최대 항공기 제조사로 올라섰습니다. Let's listen to the story.
Airbus has become the world's largest plane maker for the first time since 2011 after delivering a forecast-beating 863 aircraft in 2019, seizing the crown from embattled U.S. rival Boeing. A reversal in the pecking order between the two giants had been expected as a crisis over Boeing's grounded 737 MAX drags into 2020. But the record European data further underscores the distance Boeing must travel to recoup its market position. Airbus, which had been forced by its own industrial problems to cut its 2019 delivery goal by 2 to 3% in October, deployed extra resources until hours before midnight to reach 863 aircraft for the year, compared with its revised target of 860 jets.
Airbus, Boeing, now it's Airbus doing better, actually.
Yeah, exactly. And it's an interesting story. You know, they worked right up to until the midnight hour, until the bell rang to get these planes delivered. And they did it. They beat their goal. You know, they had revised their goal. They dropped it 2 to 3%, down to 860. But when 2020 officially began, they had beat that goal. 863 aircraft for the year 2019.
그렇군요. 2019년에 863대의 항공기를 인도했습니다. 보잉보다 이제 더 많이 인도를 한 거예요.
And that's why we call this a reversal of the pecking order. So the pecking order is a hierarchy of status. So let's talk about a company. If pecking order means a hierarchy of status, who is at the top of the pecking order in a company?
The CEO.
The CEO. And who would be at the bottom of the pecking order in a company? Probably the interns, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So if that's your pecking order, the top to the bottom, and you can imagine that scale, right? That hierarchical scale. That's what a pecking order means. And you can talk about this with yourself. If I ask you, do you have a lot of power in your company? Do you run your own team? You can say, no, I'm pretty low on the pecking order. Nah, I'm pretty low on the pecking order.
저는 서열상으로 좀 아래쪽이에요 라고 하고 싶으면 I'm pretty low on the pecking order라고 하는데 이 패킹이라는 게 뭐냐면은요 닭이 이게 모이를 이렇게 쪼아 먹는 거. It's the the chickens eating their things. I don't know what it's called. Seeds. That's what pecking is actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
그래서 이제 닭이 이제 줄을 서서 모이를 쪼아 먹는 데에서 온 표현인데 서열 또는 계층이라는 뜻이 있습니다.
And thinking about chickens in the animal kingdom, would chickens be very high on the pecking order or very low on the pecking order?
They would be quite low, I would imagine.
They would be quite low. The lion is at the top of the pecking order in the animal kingdom, right?
그렇군요. pecking order 좀 재밌는 표현이 되겠습니다. 여기서는 이제 reversal이라고 했으니까 역전이 됐다. 이 서열에 있어서 그전에는 보잉이 위에 있었다면 이제는 보잉을 누르고 에어버스가 올라갔다 이런 뜻이죠.
They reversed their order, right? You can use this about your home as well. You'd be using it very playfully. Let's say that you're a husband and you have a wife and you have 3 daughters. Then you could say, I am at the bottom of the pecking order in my home. I am at the bottom of the hierarchical stages.
혹시 그러신 분 계실까요? 우리 집에서 저는 순위가 마지막입니다. 1순위는 우리 와이프, 2순위 우리 딸, 그 다음에 접니다. 뭐 이런 분들 혹시 계시면은
Maybe if you have a dog, that might be above you in the pecking order as well, right?
True.
Yeah.
Right. Let's look at another expression.
Yeah, let's do this one pretty quickly. It has a simple meaning. Boeing, in the article, it says Boeing must work hard to recoup its market position. So to recoup means to regain or to get back. And we often hear this in financial articles when we're talking about loss. Because when you lose something, especially financially, you want to get it back.
Yeah.
So market share. If you lose your market share, then you want to regain your market share. You want to get back your market share. You want to recoup your market share.
네, 되찾다라는 뜻이 되겠습니다. 자, 그러면 두 번째 뉴스 포커스로 바로 넘어가 볼게요. 지난해 11월 홍콩 구의원 선거에서 범민주 진영이 압승을 거뒀지만 정작 비싼 사무실 임대료를 감당하지 못해 의정 활동에 어려움을 겪는 의원들이 속출하고 있다고 하네요. Let's listen to the story.
Camille Yam Ka-yee's victory over one of the longest-serving veterans in Hong Kong's recent district council elections may have been unexpected, but where she intends to set up shop for her new term is even more surprising, outside a subway on the side of a road. The 27-year-old has become a rising star in politics, but Yam, who officially assumed duty on Wednesday, is only one of the many pro-democracy novices struggling to secure a ward office in their own constituencies following the camp's landslide victory in November. If I take up premises beyond my budget, the remaining allowance of less than 5,000 Hong Kong dollars is not enough to hire any assistants and cover operational expenses, said Yam, whose constituency is in Central and Western District, known for sky-high office rents.
Hong Kong is well known, or I should say infamous, for its very high rents, prices.
You have to see the picture, though. The picture is her.
This is the picture.
That's
보이는 라디오.
That is one of your constituents.
My goodness.
That doesn't seem right, does it?
No.
I mean, this person won an election. And they are set up at the side of the road. If you're not watching 보이는 라디오 right now, she has a single-person desk like a student would have in a classroom, and she is set up shop, and we'll talk about that in a moment. She has set up her table on the street, on the sidewalk, next to the subway entrance.
네, 지금 보이는 라디오에 띄워드린 이 사진은요. 홍콩의 한 구의원입니다. 근데 임대료가 너무 비싸서 이렇게 거리에 책상 하나 놓고 일을 하고 있는 모습입니다. My goodness.
It's crazy, right? So hopefully, I mean, I don't know what can be done because like she said in the quote, if I take up premises or if I find a place to stay outside of my budget, then I don't have enough money to hire any assistants because they're only given so much money, right? Everybody has a budget to spend.
Right.
And rent is so expensive, she simply can't afford it. It's shocking, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. So what does it mean to set up shop?
Yes, let's talk about that. So if you set up shop, it means you are establishing your location. So she decided to set up shop on a sidewalk next to a subway station. So she brought her chair, she brought her desk, she got her papers and her phone out or whatever, and she set it all up. And that's what it means to set up shop. Now, we can use this about yourself too when you're traveling around the world and then you decide to live somewhere. So when I was 22, 23, I decided to set up shop in Korea. I decided to move and live here.
그렇군요. 원래 set up shop는 어떤 사업을 시작하다, 일을 시작하다라는 뜻이지만 스티브 선생님처럼 이렇게 여행을 다니다가 나 여기서 정착해야겠어라는 생각이 들 때 정착하다라는 의미로도 쓸 수 있습니다.
Yep, and it doesn't well, first of all, it doesn't have to be a shop.
Okay, of
Right?
course.
It's just part of the expression.
맞아요.
And second of all, it doesn't have to be travel related. Maybe after you get married, you and your new husband, you decide to move from Seoul out to the countryside somewhere. And you could say, yeah, we were living in Seoul, but we decided to set up shop closer to the East Coast.
그래요. And what about struggle? Very briefly.
Yeah, struggle is when you have a really, really hard time with something. So ask me once again to define struggle.
Please define struggle.
Well, it's the...
You see, Steve is struggling to describe what struggle means.
Yes, I'm having a hard time, right? So it could be physically, it could be emotionally, it could be mentally. Anytime you're having a hard time, you can say, I'm struggling. A sentence example, if you're having trouble with your coworkers or your boss at work, you can say, I'm really struggling at work these days.
네, 허우적거리다 아니면 어떤 좀 힘든 시간을 보낸다 이런 뜻이에요. 그래서 지금 스티브 선생님이 이거 어떻게 정의하지? 너무 힘들다 이렇게 가짜로 좀 연기를 해주셨는데 그런 것도 struggling이라고 할 수 있습니다. Well, let's not struggle any further and remind our listeners of the quiz.
When you choose not to work on a certain day, you take the day blank. Do you take the day off? That's number one. Do you take the day for a walk? That's number two. Or do you take the day on a date? That's number three.
네, 총 5분께 저자극 순환 비누 보내드릴게요. 계속해서 정답 보내주시고요. Phil Collins의 Against All Odds 듣고 와서 세 번째 뉴스 포커스 보겠습니다.
I love that song.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's from a movie in the 1980s called, is it the same, Against All Odds? Is that the name of the film?
Yeah, I think that's where it was in, yeah.
Yeah, I was a big fan. I still am a big fan of Phil
Collins,
Yeah.
yeah.
Really.
I like the Westlife cover version too.
Nice one.
자, 그러면은 세 번째 뉴스 포커스 보겠습니다. 매년 비닐봉지 약 750억 장이 쓰레기로 배출되는 비닐봉지 사용 대국 태국이 새해를 맞아 비닐봉지 줄이기에 본격적으로 나섰습니다. 태국 전역의 편의점과 대형 슈퍼마켓에서 비닐봉지 제공을 중단한 것인데요. Let's listen to the story.
Thailand, one of the biggest plastic polluters on the planet, has begun the new decade by banning plastic bags at what it describes as major stores. The country says it wants to work towards a total ban in 2021 in an effort to bring down the amount of waste and debris that makes its way to the sea. The ban, part of an ongoing 20-year action plan, includes a halt on the use of microbeads in cosmetics and will soon include plastic straws and cups.
Thailand doing its part for the environment.
Yeah, it's a move in the right direction. And again, we're hearing more environmental news and we're hearing more about governments taking steps to protect their corner of the world.
So they're trying to bring down the amount of waste and debris.
Yes, bring down in this context means to reduce the amount of something. Now, we can use it in some different ways, but in the context of the article, it means to reduce the amount of something. So in Thailand, they are trying to reduce the amount of waste. They are trying to bring down the amount of waste. Another example, if you could talk about money, then you could say the company is trying to reduce costs. You could say the company is trying to bring down costs.
줄이다라는 뜻을 가지고 있는데요. bring down이라고 표현을 할 수 있는 겁니다. reduce랑 똑같다고 보시면 될 것 같아요. 여기서는 이제 an effort to reduce the amount of waste or an effort to bring down the waste 똑같은 의미입니다.
Exactly the same. Yeah, that's right. And they're looking to reduce or bring down the amount of waste that makes its way to the sea. Now, this is a good expression that you can use almost every single day when you say, to make my way.
Yeah.
All right, so here's how you use it. If Sue says to me, what time are you coming over to my house today? I can say this. I'll start to make my way there around 4 p.m. Okay, so what does that mean? Does that mean I am going directly from my house to Sue's house? Not really. It implies that I'm probably going to stop at one or two places first.
Okay.
Maybe I'll go to the bank. Maybe I'll go get a coffee. Maybe I have to go to the dry cleaners. But I'm not saying those things specifically.
Right.
But when I say I'll start to make my way there around 4, that implies that there are things to do on the way, right?
그러네요. Make one's way to 어디. Excuse me, there's something in my throat. I'm trying to make my point, which is to make your way to somewhere. 어디로 이제 향해서 간다는 뜻이 되겠습니다.
Yeah, so it implies in this article the debris is making its way to the sea. It doesn't go shoom, directly to the ocean, right? It goes here and it kind of meanders its way. That's a difficult term. It kind of goes here and there until it gets to the ocean.
그렇죠. 이제 바로 어디로 직행한다라는 의미보다는 약간 우회한다라는 뜻이 들어있다고 보시면 되겠습니다. Okay, well, no rereads today. We're going to wrap things up by announcing the answer to the quiz. 그리고 아까 그 플라스틱 bag과 관련된 사연이 하나 있어서 이거 먼저 하나 소개해 드릴게요. Very quickly, I'm just going to introduce this message because it's related to the story.
Sure.
5674님이요. 저는 미국 grocery에서 검정 비닐봉지에 담아주세요. 이게 영어로 생각이 안 나서 정말 고생 많이 했습니다. 왜 비닐이라고 안 하는지 모르겠어요 하셨습니다. When I was in America, I went to the groceries and I needed a plastic bag, but I didn't know the term for it. I said vinyl, and they didn't understand what I wanted.
Yeah, we don't use the term vinyl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? I don't know. Vinyl, when we say vinyl, we're talking about records.
아, 미국에서 비닐, 그러니까 vinyl이라고 하면은 레코드를 떠올리는군요. 비닐 봉지가 아니라.
So if you were at the grocery store checkout counter and you asked for some vinyl.
Can I have a vinyl, please?
Yeah,
비닐,
right.
뭐 비닐이 바이널이니까
Yeah.
그렇게 하시면 안 되는군요.
We just say plastic bag.
플라스틱 bag이라고 하시는 게
So they
맞습니다.
will ask you paper or plastic.
아, 그게 그 뜻이군요.
Yeah.
저는 왜 갑자기 종이 아니면 플라스틱 원하세요? 물어보나 했더니 종이 봉지 드릴까요? 플라스틱 봉지 드릴까요? 이 뜻이었습니다.
Yeah.
Okay, we're running out of time. Very quickly, what's the answer to the quiz?
You take the day off. Number 1 is the answer.
네, 1번 정답 맞추신 홍소윤님, 정기수님, 4822님, 1618님, 9736님 축하드립니다. 저자극 순환 비누 보내드릴게요. 모닝스페셜 홈페이지에 들어오셔서 주소 남겨주세요. 정답 맞추신 정기수님이요. 저희 집의 순위를 알려드리겠습니다. I'll let you know where I come in terms of the ranking, the pecking order of my house. First, my wife. Second, my eldest daughter. Third, my second daughter. And then fourth, it's me. 라고 보내주셨습니다. But I am still happy, he says at the end of this. Cheers to a healthy and prosperous new year 2020.
Happy wife, happy life.
맞아요. 영어에 이런 좋은 속담이 있습니다. Why don't we make that today's expression?
Okay.
Happy wife, happy life.
Happy wife, happy life. It's just an expression that we use to mean, yeah, if my wife is happy, then I am going to be happy too. But I wanted to do one more if you don't mind.
Oh, sure, okay.
Because I said bring down in the context of the article when we talked about reducing something. That's what it means. But we can use it about ourselves too. Bring me down. But that means something different. That means to ruin the mood.
Yeah.
So if you're excited and you say, hey, I got a job promotion today. And I say, oh, cool, my cat died. You say, oh. Well, don't bring me down, Steve. Don't emotionally reduce my happiness to something not good. Don't bring me down is the expression.
아까는 이제 줄이다 어떤 수치가 나올 때 bring down 뭐뭐뭐 하면은 줄어든다는 뜻이 있는데 사람의 감정도요. 축 가라앉히게 하다라는 의미로 bring down을 쓸 수 있습니다. 그래서 만약에 나 기분 축 가라앉게 하지 마, 나 기분 나쁘게 하지 마라고 하고 싶으면 don't bring me down.
Don't bring me down.
하면 되겠네요.
Yeah.
알겠습니다.
And that's why I requested this song to finish up the first hour today.
그래서 스티브 선생님이 신청한 이 곡 마지막 곡으로 1부 마지막 곡으로 들려드리겠습니다. Well, we're going to play it for you, Steve. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me as always. See you tomorrow for the review show.
All right.
Bye.
스티브 선생님의 신청곡 듣고요. 저는 2부에 돌아오겠습니다. ELO의 Don't Bring Me Down.